Hey there, everybody. It's Lyn-Dee, your Chief Happiness Officer of the Happiness Jungle. And I want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you that have supported me and loved me and given me advice in regards to going through the journey of my mom being in hospice for 12 days. And after she passed on the 12th, you continuously gave us your love, and I cannot tell you how much strength that has given me to wake up every morning and go and get done what I need to get done. And many of you have inboxed me, and I want to share with you that you all weren't kidding, those that have lost your moms, the different pain it is in your heart than any other loss that I've had so far. And it's been pretty horrific. You know, I've lost many people in my lives, but when my mom went, woo, it was a whirlwind. However, I'm not stuck in grieving. Oh, I cry. Oh boy, do I cry. And but I get through what I need to get through. So I want to take you through my last week of been grieving my mom and also having to take care of everything that I needed to take care of. Many of you are inboxing me and you're sharing with me that your loved ones have passed 4 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, longer than a year ago, and you are still stuck and you are grieving. And here's how I look at that. When I think that I'm crying so much and I'm having a hard time letting go of my mom, Hurricane Francis, right? You all knew that we love to agree to disagree. But here's what I kept on finding, that when I was in the deepest sorrow of the grieving, right, the mourning, is that I felt like I was sitting on one of her wings and I wasn't giving her the power to spread both wings and to be able to fly into heaven. That's how I felt, because my wings were totally deflated. And if there's one thing that I know, is that our loved ones want us to spread our wings and they want us to fly so they could watch over us and be proud of us and enjoy heaven at the same time. So that's my outlook on my grieving and what helps me not get stuck under the covers. I don't want to sit on my mom's wing. I don't want her to be like this. Franny will go crazy. She'll be going around in circles, right? I want her to be able to spread her wings. So I hope that that helps many of you that are still grieving so hard that you're not moving forward, okay? Think of the wings. And so let me go ahead and take you through my last week, okay? The day that Mom passed away, which was on the 12th of this month, it was 2:24 a.m., and Mom was in hospice for 12 days. And on the 9th day, I decided, because I just couldn't handle sleeping on the recliner anymore, that I was going to go home and sleep in my own bed because I was only 3 miles away. And that's exactly what I did. I went home, I wrapped my body pillow around me like I was being hugged, and I had a good few hours of sleep. And that's what I did for 2 nights. And on the 3rd night is when Mom went to heaven. And I went there immediately, and I loved her, and I kissed her, and I waited for the funeral home to come and get her, and then I left. But let me share with you, when Mom was in hospice, oh my goodness, I sat there day after day just looking at this soul that was no longer even alive, right? Even alive. And every day I would go for hours and hours. I would only turn on the television if it was comedy, and I would only listen to upbeat music that she loved, you know, like the Frank Sinatra, the Sammy Davis Jr.'s, all of them, right? Good, from the good old days of the 50s and the 60s. That's the music that I listened to with Mom. And day in and day out, there was Mom, and she wasn't leaving. Hurricane Francis was sticking and staying, right? So one day, I was already there for several hours, and I was looking at Mom, and I looked at her, and she couldn't, I knew she heard me, but she couldn't give me any motion at this point. And I looked at her and I said, Mom, I want to dance. I want to dance, Mom. So with that, I picked up her arms and I started dancing with her. And the nurse walks in and immediately says, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And I said, I'm dancing with my mom. And she says, you can't do that. I said, oh my God, why not? And she says, I don't know. I've never seen this before. We had a really good laugh. And yes, I continued to dance with Mom as much as I could. So that was pretty funny. And then Mom passed on the 12th. And I went and I saw her, and then I went home and I took a shower. I laid down for maybe an hour or two, and then I got up because I needed to go to Golden Age Manor where Mom resided. Golden Age Manor is in Plantation, and I got to share with you, if you're down here in South Florida and you're looking for a place for your loved ones to be, Golden Age Manor in Plantation off of 441 between Peters Road and Davie Boulevard. Amazing angels there. So I wanted to go back to Golden Age Manor and clean out Mom's room because I needed to make space for another new resident to come in to feel all of the care and the love that Golden Age Manor has to offer. I couldn't be selfish and just say, I'll deal with that later, right? I had to deal with that now so we can make room for somebody else to get the blessing. So I went and I went ahead and I did so. And then from there, I was going to the funeral home because that's where I needed to go. Well, in between traveling to the funeral home, I got into an accident, guys. It was only a fender bender, but I got into an accident. And this is what happened. I was crying. Don't drive emotional. That was my lesson to be learned. Don't drive emotional. The light was green, the light was red, and then the car started to roll. I was rolling. My eyes were flooded with tears. I went to wipe them, and boom, I kissed the car in front of me. Police came, very, very kind, and then they let me go, went to the funeral home, and on my way there, I called State Farm. And they were amazing, absolutely amazing. From the funeral home, I went to, it's called Tony's Executive Auto Body in Margate, Florida. That's who has my truck right now, who's fixing it. And they were so kind. While I was there, they asked me if I wanted a ride to get a rental car. And at that split moment, I realized that, Lyn-Dee, you should not be driving. You should not be driving at all. And my friend Harold Z, thank you so much, my angel, since I'm 13 years old, and he was the one who recommended Tony's to me, so thank you very much. And he also offered to pick me up and take me home, and I graciously accepted that gift. So again, the lesson learned is do not drive while you're emotional. Do not drive while you are drunk. Do not drive while you are emotional. Do not drive if you feel that you should not be behind the wheel. And so that happened, and I realized that I didn't need a vehicle for the next 32 hours. So I was good to be home and just do what I needed to do in my home. And then I got the rented car because I had to go ahead and expand my wings so my mom could expand her wings. And I had 2 speaking engagements, one on Thursday for FALA, which is the Foundation Assisted Living Association, and then on Saturday with an amazing moving company that helps our loved ones in their last chapter of their life be able to pack up their home nice and safe, and it's called A Time to Move in Boca Raton, Florida. So after I spoke at both of these events, I gave it as much as I can give, 100% of what I could give, and I was healing on those platforms. So again, I'm going to ask you, why are you still sitting on a wing? Don't sit on a wing anymore. Don't sit on the wings. Get out there and start spreading your wings and allow your future to be bright with many great and wonderful, funny memories of your loved ones and allow them to go ahead in heaven and follow you, and let them go ahead and spread their wings and enjoy what we believe heaven to be. So I'm going to close off with a joke. Why not, right? Why not lighten up this up? So there was a man, and this was even on my post on Facebook. There is a man, and he passed away, and he was already in heaven. His wife, after several years, also passed away. And as she was entering heaven, she was looking for her husband every which way, and all of a sudden, from a far cloud, she saw him. And she went ahead, and she graciously started to flow to him and said, "Honey, it's me." And he looked at this woman, and he said, "Excuse me?" And she said, "It's me. It's your wife." And he looked at her and said, "Oh, no, 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 no. The contract said, till death do us part." So hey there, everybody. Spread your wings. That's my message for you. And as each moment of my days go by, I promise you, I'm still grieving. And I wear my mother's charms to stay with me. But I've learned that we all have the right to be able to spread our wings, no matter whether we're in heaven or we're here on earth. God bless everybody, and thank you so, so much.